I think as any program moves through its kind of maturity, whatever maturity model you use, right? You go from ad hoc security and firefighting to, okay, we've got steady state, we've got processes, we're executing on those, to getting into the proactive. And that's pretty late in the maturity cycle, but it's absolutely critical. And I think there's a few things that are really important. So first is observability or visibility you have across the enterprise. If you can't see something, you can't detect that there's a problem. Getting deep into the business and understanding where the business is trying to go, how the application stacks work, what, markets you're moving into. Risk is indexed to market verticals, for example, right? In my last role at H&R Block, it was a weird niche market because it's tax, right? Well, there aren't a whole lot of tax companies. They're not a bank. They're not an insurance company. They're a financial institution, sort of, but not really. And so like the threat intel that you could buy commercially and 10,000 retail locations. So you got retail exposure too, but it's not the same as like having a store full of product that can get stolen, right? Although there's personal information, right? That was the product.
Right.
But, so we decided to get out in front of this stuff. We tried multiple threat intel sources, and none of them really brought the kind of value we would expect. So we built our own threat intel team, and that was a pretty new feature of the team, a new function that we added in probably the last 18 months or 22 months I was there. And the idea is that, they're out there trolling, looking for threats. So we would find things on the dark web that indicated pending attacks. Some of the stuff we got through the financial services ISAC, threat intel sharing that way. But, you have to prepare for what's coming, not what's happened. And so, again, it's back to your point about the confidence in the information, right? Is you're sort of reading the tea leaves. Like, where is this going? Where are the attack trends heading? If we start using more AI, what's that going to expose us to? Okay, let's make sure that we've got the appropriate stack in place so that we can be, appropriately protective and then react appropriately when the time comes.